Hey, what is good? Back with another episode of Player Life. It is Tuesday night here in Tokyo. Another day, episode 20. Racking up these episodes, time flying by. Um, it's kind of crazy. Time, I don't know. Feels like I just started doing this live streaming and all of a sudden I've already done 20. Um, today, I'll see if it's kind of weird. See if I can share this. Who we got in here? Christian Matico. What is good? What is good? Uh, Good to see you here. We have Play on Woro. What's up, man? What is good? Konbanwa. Yes. So, God, I've had a long day. I've been up. I've been up since like 6:30 a.m. and now it's 9 p.m. How's your teeth? My teeth, they're all right. I got the wisdom teeth out. Not a fun experience, but I got some painkillers. It's all right, But the worst part is yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That getting them pulled out was not good. I don't know. They pumped me full of anesthetic, but God, it's still painful. Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. Has to be done. But yeah, it's a weird thing. I uh, I didn't even know it. I didn't even know that it was um my wisdom teeth. I had a sore throat. I thought I was sick because I didn't have pain in my teeth, and then I slowly realized that it was actually coming from it was originating from your wisdom teeth or whatever. Your gum gets irritated. No fun at all. But I was thinking, imagine what did people do like 100 years ago when like there was no anesthetic. They just had to. Oh my! I heard. I think people just had to drink whiskey and go to the dentist, like pure hell. Imagine that. Imagine going to the dentist and no, there's nothing to help you. You can just get a little bit drunk and you have to get your teeth pulled out. That's in yeah. We've become so soft, like so soft as humans. We're so domesticated. Like as Christian said, at least it wasn't the beer bug. Yeah, I mean, I'm just I'm totally over the whole beer bug thing. God, I've been out here in Tokyo and like I've been on the trains. I'm a train rat. I'm a subway rat. I'm always on the trains. I'm in and out, always on like jumping off, underground. I've been all around Tokyo. I know the subways in Tokyo like no one else. I've never. This sounds crazy, but I've never worn a mask. I've never worn a mask in Tokyo. I have to wear it in some of my when I go into some workplace when I go into my workplace, or some stores will make me put it on to enter or whatever. But I never once as soon as I'm out the door or whatever, I just take it off. I just yeah, I've been away. This is a scamdemic. It's 100% a scam. I mean, there's viruses. There's always viruses around, but there's it's insane. What a crazy year. What an insane year. What up, Miguel? What is good, bro? Um, yeah, man. It's like it's just it's a weird year. I don't know. I just can't really understand it. Um, Christian says benching 225 libs and Antifa kids can't even swing a hammer. Shame of my generation. Yeah, those Antifa kids are insanely pathetic. You know, like scrawny, like pale, weak, deformed. Like they're like deformed. Who's that guy? Some I think his name's Andy GNO or something. NGO. Some guy, some reporter, some independent reporter uh posts mugshots of all these Antifa guys, and they're such creeps. They're so weird. They're such like messed up people. Um, yeah. Miguel says my brother got it and literally the flu. I mean I know people that have supposedly had it, and same thing. They felt a bit tired, a little bit unwell, a little bit exhausted, and uh, how bad could it be if apparently now in Tokyo that there's an it's the asymptomatic cases are spiraling out of control. Asymptomatic cases. That means you don't have any. It's so pathetically weak that most people don't even have symptoms, and they're saying this on the news in Tokyo like it's a shocking thing. Oh my God, there's like the asymptomatic cases are spiraling out of control, and it's like, yeah, okay, it's obviously piss weak if most people don't even realize they have it. I can't. The most shocking thing about this is it's December. It's already almost December, and we're still shiting on about this. We're still talking about this bullshit. I don't know. A lot of people are going insane. A lot of people, just losing their minds because it's just such, guys like us, guys that are red pilled, guys that have escaped the matrix. Sometimes it's hard for us not to go insane because we're looking around and seeing all these idiots around us, and they're the type of people that call us, unironically, they call us COVIDiots, and they say it unironically and they call us conspiracy theorists, and they're the ones like walking around like standing behind uh glass windows to say talk to their relatives, or not even going to funerals of relatives. Insane. It's an information war. It's an information war. I had a good friend. This is how sick this whole thing is. I have a friend, not gonna say names or anything, but someone very close to him. I don't want to say too much about the story, but someone very close to him died, and he so the person who died, they were young, around 30 years old. Tragic circumstances, but the let's just say the girl who died, nothing to do with any beer bug, but tragic circumstances. Her mother wouldn't wouldn't hold her hand when she was like dying, and because because she was afraid that she would catch the beer bug from her daughter. How sick, and like how it's almost like that's it's almost so like it's narcissistic. Imagine even if and there was no evidence that it was an accident how she died, but it was nothing to do with any beer bug or anything. But you know, it hadn't been proven that unbelievable psychotic stuff, like insanity. Like there was no evidence. It was nothing to do with the beer bug. It was a tragic. It was an accident, road accident, and the own girl's mother wouldn't hold her hand. She wouldn't touch her. Her own daughter is like dying. Um, you know, these people, this propaganda has gotten to people so much that they're so cowardly. They're such I have to say, like, you're just a filthy coward. Imagine you had a son or daughter that was dying in on their deathbed from some tragic accident, and they would you were too afraid to touch them. You filthy, I don't know, you filthy coward. You're a little I mean, I don't know. Obviously, it's messed up situation, but still, just people have become so weak and pathetic, and just like selfish and just uninspiring people, just kind of pathetic and just weaselly. Boomer generation, Generation X, millennials, all the generation coming up now, pathetically weak, pathetically, embarrassing. It's embarrassing how people can't use critical thinking. Um, yeah, so yeah, I'm just ranting on. I'm just ranting on about just random stuff. But let's see. Yeah, Christian says, speaking of entitled hypergamy, what do you think of obese girls thinking they deserve Giga Chad? I mean, it's hilarious. I mean, it's unbelievably hilarious. The thing is, the reason this situation has come about is not only because of female hypergamy, but it's also because of male thirst. It's in the male DNA. It's in our evolution to want to spread the seed. So even Giga Chads will, you know, even though they can, Giga Chads have a lot more options to find sexual partners. Given the chance, they'll punch way down just to smash and dash. If there's nothing else going, if it's just convenient, and some obese chick like you know comes around, a lot of guys will do that. I mean, the evidence is on the internet. You just search, like, you can, if you've ever been on a porn site, and obviously everyone in this chat has been on a porn site. Just look at the categories. Look at the categories, and the reality is these fetishes, these niches, these weird things, like these, all these things come from men. Like, they're all male kind of like desires and fantasies, and women kind of go along with it. But it all comes from the male. Like, how kind of it's sex is kind of, in a way, it's kind of like, maybe it's kind of like a drug. I don't know. Maybe when you're like, when you're a teenager, you see a pair of, when you first start getting interested in women, you just see a woman with a pair of tits, and it's like, that's enough. Like, it's the most soft core. It's not like anything. Um, but once you once you go down the road further and further, it takes more and more to kind of turn you on. But like I said, the evidence is on the internet. You can just see how desperate, the desperation of men. First of all, the Giga Chads will punch down occasionally. So these girls get with the Giga Chads. Okay, they can get with them and get smashed. And these women don't understand. I've said this a lot of times. I talk about this a lot. There's a women these days don't understand the difference between dating material and sex material. There's a chasm. There's a massive difference. It's like two different sports. It's like snowboarding and soccer. It's dating a girl and banging a girl is completely different. No similarity. Like, and these girls think it's the same. These girls smash. They match up on Tinder or Bumble or whatever application they're using, and they get with a guy that's way out of their league, way out of their league. And these girls they never go back. Then they think that they're entitled to the Giga Chad from now on. even though there's you just got smashed and it's nothing. It's not a big deal. Us guys, like, I've punched down, like, I can admit it, because I've been on both ends of the scale. I've smashed like tens, nines, eight, seven, six, five, fours. Honestly, I mean, I don't know. I've probably smashed threes. I mean, seriously, I'm a serious dog, but not that like I'd be trying to like source trees, and I would definitely not feel good about it, and I haven't done that in a long time, but I have done it in the past, and it's like, like, just you know when you're just better than someone, when like they know too, they can feel it. It's just like, okay, yeah, it's just like a physical thing that you need to do. You just need to smash, and there's never ever going to be like, there's girls that I've smashed, and I can say it because I just had two like beautiful girls yesterday, back to back, like one after the other. But in the like, I have smashed girls that you couldn't pay me to date. Like, you couldn't actually give me a salary to date them. I wouldn't do it, even if I was getting paid to do it. You know what I mean? I'm just So this is the thing. These this is the world we live in. Entitlement, dating apps, like technology. It's all skewed the system, and it's not going to change anytime soon. It's just I don't know. Maybe it might take a few generations for chicks to learn. I don't know. I don't know if they'll ever learn. Maybe deep down they kind of know. They know that they're punching out of their league, but they don't want to believe it. You know. Yeah, but let's see. Yeah, so today I was just messing around on Twitter, riding the train, and I saw something that, kind of gave me an idea just to talk today. Um, so I'll just share what I was gonna, talk about. So, since we're talking about entitlement and hypergamy, um, let me check this. Let me share this. I haven't done this sharing thing before. Well, let me try it out. All right. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, no, I just saw some shitty, on Twitter or whatever, and I just saw this post. It said, so it's first of all, it said, "Do you ever wish your boyfriend would send a surprise Zara voucher to your email?" So it's just like the kind of, that's fair enough. Whatever, that's basic like chick talk, looking to get stuff. But if you look at the comments were interesting. But I just saw this comment, and it was, some chick just saying, I uh, I just wish I had a boyfriend. Um, so it's like these are the type of girls that these chicks are kind of like, it's like, where are all the good men gone? I mean, where are all the good guys gone? And no, so I just clicked into her profile just to see what kind of chick is writing this, and I scrolled down a little bit. I didn't read too much, but then something jumped out, like, um, she it immediately came across that she was like an SJW, like, progressive. Um, posts like this. Yeah, yeah, Ireland is not a good place for women. Um, just women are victims, just victim shit, just annoying. Yeah, look at this, like, end revenge porn, like, victim, 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 victim. I'm oppressed. Um, you know what I mean? It's just, what is this? I don't know, some stupid stuff. Um, where is it that I saw? It was something. She posted something from a screenshot trying to shame some dude. So this she first first of all she's saying, I just wish I had a boyfriend. I just wish I had a boyfriend. Where are all the good guys gone? You know, and then I found look at what she says here. As if my dating life wasn't bad enough, I've been super liked by someone whose bio reads, "There are only two genders, all lives matter, and the beer bug is a hoax," and a puke emoji. So this girl gets super liked by someone, and she moves immediately to berating berating the guy. So she gets super liked by him, and she publicly shames him. She publicly posts his full profile on it because she's so progressive. I just wish I had a boyfriend. Like, oh man, I wish these girls were the exception. These girls are not the exception, unfortunately, in Western countries. These girls are this is normal girls. Like this is the way normal Western girls behave. Like so yeah, I mean, this guy seems pretty based. I don't, there there's only two genders, all lives matter, and the new normal is an Orwellian takeover. Go wherever you want and hug. This guy should join the hot dude army. I mean, maybe we could, he's obviously he doesn't know. He's based, but he doesn't know the deal. Like you don't post stuff like that when you're trying to get pussy. He might be red pill or whatever, but he doesn't know how to you don't post that on Tinder. Like, guys, if you're wanting to get laid, you don't share your red pill stuff. You don't out yourself. We talk about it amongst your friends, but you know when it comes to smashing, you want to get laid, you want to get pussy. You're not looking to you're not going to save the world, you're not going to save the West, you're not going to save anything. It's not going to change. So you gotta it's pimp or be pimped. You gotta just be sneaky and just like, I'm not saying, the thing is, you're only looking to smash. Like, you would never ever ever date a girl that is like this. That's why there's so many undateable women. Like, they're undateable because they're high risk, red flags, high risk. If they're a social justice warrior, you can't date a woman like that. You just can't. They're dangerous. They're dangerous to be around. They're only good for smashing and dashing on. That's pumping and dumping. That's all they're good for, because the longer you keep them around, the more risk they're risky. They're not good to be around. They'll be, if you're around someone that's constantly has a chip on their shoulder, you know these people will bring you down. Like, you do something wrong, you do something to slight them, like a scorned woman, like she'll try and get revenge. But these people are sick people. But yes, so I don't know, but he's based, but not this is not what you do. So there he says it. There's only two genders, 100%. All lives matter. All lives do matter. And the new normal is an Orwellian takeover. Go wherever you want and hug your family and friends. Liberty or death. I unbelievable. I 100% respect that guy's views. I mean, I'm on the same page as him. But guys, don't set up your dating profiles like this. You're not on these dating websites to find a wife. You're on these dating websites to smash, pump, and dump. Like, fair enough if you're looking to find a wife or something, you can't ever get with a woman like this. Never in a million. No matter if she's hot, who cares? These girls are toxic. These girls are dangerous to be around. These girls will make your life a misery. Um, really kind of sickening. Oh, what a sickening type of woman, though. These women really boil my piss. Just that type of like, like she's just shaming him for the fact that he's super liked her. It's like, you know, I'm gonna enjoy the karma coming to these women, coming their way, because it's coming. Like the wall is undefeated. The wall cannot be defeated. It's Mother Nature. You can go around freezing your eggs. You can do this, that, and the other. You can like fight. Try and fight nature, but the end of the day, we're all going to we're all going to be shooting up the daisies someday, and it's a one way road to death for all of us. And these women, they're going to have a long, like many decades to contemplate, their decisions about, their entitlement, their decision to, sign up to the whole feminist, ideology that has left them single, childless, uh, you know, working some really shitty job, 9 to 5, minimum wage, maybe not even working. Maybe, who knows the way things are going, they might be on some crappy social welfare. Um, I don't know. It's gonna be, they're gonna pay the price because, I've always said, like, karma is real. You have to pay a price. Um, it's just the way it is. But they deserve everything they get. Really do. Sickens me. I was just like, this isn't the. I wish it was the exception. It's just the internet. You're paying too much attention to like the internet. No, unfortunately, this is the normal girl. Unfortunately, it is like this is the normal girl. So, these guys. Yeah, we're lucky, guys. We're extremely lucky to be woke to this, and like we understand that. We're not gonna let ourselves get into relationships with these kinds of women. And unfortunately, so like it's not unfortunate, it is what it is, but there's so many suckers out there, so many blue pill guys that'll jump at the opportunity to get into a relationship with these girls. They don't understand the red flags. They'll be simps. They'll be supporting her, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, he's terrible. Oh yeah, he's a right winger. Oh he's an awful guy. I'll come in and save the day." These idiots, and then 5 years down the line, they're in a living hell. Probably raising some other man's child, getting cocked. Stuff we joke about, like stuff like that we like rip the piss out of these like little soy boys and like weaklings and weasels. Like the stuff we actually, it's like parody. It is. You come across it in real life, and it is actually true. Art imitates life. We joke. You see these like parody videos, these joke videos, like about guys getting cocked and like, like real dorky, geeky guys being real pathetic. And the amazing thing is, there's guys out there like that, like real guys that are like so pathetic that have unbelievably bad situations going on for them because they thought that they were gonna get some free pussy by being a beta cuck and simping for this kind of shitty behavior, like this kind of like it's funny. You have to just understand that they will these kind of chicks will they'll pay the price. I just once more, I just wish I had a boyfriend. And you just click on her account and you check out the kind of garbage she's posting. I don't know. Ireland is not a good place for women. Ireland is the most sickeningly progressive place these days. It's such a pathetic, like groveling little fucking shithole. Um, such a little. Ireland is not what it used to be. It has changed immensely. I've since I came to Japan, 5 years ago, Ireland is a massively different place from when I left it. And this kind of like infuriating like progressiveness and this entitlement and hypergamy and victimhood mindset is just growing and growing every year. Um, you know, let's see in the chat. RPA says, agreed. Gen Z used emotional thinking. We are basically raising 99% of men to be women. That's exactly it. I mean, weakness, weakness just doesn't help anyone. I mean, you got to help yourself first. Like if you're going around and you're like being this weak guy and you're caving into all this like propaganda, you're not gonna even gonna you're just gonna be of no use to anyone. Um, let's see. Halo 2 says, hey Mac, are the girls as entitled in Japan or guys and standards? No, girls in Japan are not entitled. The girls, there's different categories of girls in Japan, but it's this. Thank God, I don't know. Thank God, like the feminism hasn't infiltrated Japan. Hasn't It's here in a tiny scale. I'm hoping that it stays that way. I'm not even sure if it can resist it, because it's such a global phenomenon. But I've since I've been here, it's not malignant. Maybe there's a tumor, but it's not cancerous. Let's say it hasn't started to spread throughout the country. I talk about this a lot with MLD because obviously we're both here in Tokyo, and people try and introduce feminist ideology into Japan, but especially usually the main way it gets introduced is by the returnees. The returnees, the study abroads, the people who go and study abroad and come back, and they bring this like cancerous ideology with them. But it gets shot down because Asian girls just love being feminine, not feminists, feminine. Huge difference. Like it's just it's hilarious. Like how it's like feminists. Oh, they must be feminine. No, that doesn't mean that. Oh, anti-fascists. They must be against fascism. No, they are fascists. If you put like these like it's just hilarious. It's funny. Um. Uh. Yeah. I mean, Christian says, "Where have all the good men in your 20s where you left them?" Yeah. I mean. Yeah. I mean, just I don't know. You know. I don't know as long as if all the good men. I mean, the thing is, men are getting worse too. That's the other side of the coin. I mean, so you're getting, it's there's guys like us. There's guys like us in this chat who we're privy to the, we understand what's really going on, and then we're the guys who won't tolerate this kind of, we won't get ourselves into bad situations. We won't get ourselves into shitty relationships. We understand, or we're trying to understand the true female nature, or gender dynamics, and not only to do with like dating and sex, but like everything. We're just like we're clued into like the truth and what the way the world works. Uh, yeah, but on the other hand, there's guys are definitely getting worse because they're being cucked so hard and becoming so weak, and the propaganda is so relentless. It's just it doesn't stop. It's just it's unbelievable. But these people, these tech monopolies, tech giants is insane, unfathomable amounts of money. So the unfortunate, these people at the top, these tech giants, they're they know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. Um, Christian says, lost my virginity to a hard leftist. She found out I was a Republican and said, I can't believe that I banged a Trump supporter. Ah, that's yeah, I mean, you know, they secretly, they probably secretly get super, super turned on by it because they're surrounded by such pussies, such little dweebs and dorks, like just milk toast, milky faced, like weaklings, pathetic beta orbiters, like guys that just like all their Instagram posts, like double text them, treble text them, like beg them like to hang out, and just such low value behavior that if they come across a guy that's like embraces trying masculinity and strength and power, dude, like that stuff really like is just unbelievably attractive to women, especially in the that's one of the good things these days. It's not that hard to stand out because we understand the reality of female nature, and we things don't change, although things have changed, the relationships and the dynamics due to technology. Our DNA, our what we have evolved to do doesn't change. That, I mean, that takes like hundreds of thousands of years to have some significant changes in what we're sexually attracted to. So till the end of time, as soon as we stop becoming attracted to like opposites, like feminine, masculine, that's the end of humanity. That's like the it's that's we're finished once we stop becoming attracted. And I guess that is kind of the it seems like that's the agenda, for the people, the elites at the top. They're trying to separate the sexes so that we don't procreate. It's a depopulation strategy, trying to depopulate, control, just so that they can just have the world, power trip. It's a power trip. The whole thing's a power trip. Yeah, yo. Jason B says the wall is undefeated. The wall is definitely undefeated. I mean, it's just it's if you're a red pill guy, it is it's just, I would choose being a man like every single time. Like there's nothing about being a woman that I would like to I would choose. Sure, they have it, they can have it easy for a very short window, like their beauty years, they're in their party years, from when they're like, when a girl starts becoming, a woman, like teenager years until she's like 25, she has like, even if she's average, if she's like an average looking girl, she's still hot. Like she's still hot. She still has guys simping for her because she's female and she's young and she's hot. And if she's a little above average, is even more. And if she's really good looking, she has the world at her feet, and that's just the way it is. So, but it's a short window. But for us guys, it's much longer. For women, it's like a sharp rise to the top and a sharp decline, very sharp, you know. Um, the thing is, like, these women, they can remain beautiful to some degree, right up into their, the MILFs. I mean, I'm sexually attracted to MILFs, like, even in their 40s, but that's, you know, it's pure just, there's no real interest. I mean, if I smash a really beautiful 21-year-old, once I'm done smashing, I'll be happy to have her like chill with me, and like, she can stay over or whatever. She can chill, like, I just always feel like, especially if they have a decent personality, they can definitely stay and, hang out. But if it's, 42-year-old hot MILF, once I'm done, I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm kind of busy now. I kind of there's other things I could be doing, but if it's, it's just I don't know, we're just attracted to, younger, hotter, tighter. Um, it's, I don't know, it's in our DNA. It's like, we just, not that I want to procreate, not that I want to have kids or anything, but the hindbrain is telling me this is a young, fertile woman. You need to keep her around to, like, to get her pregnant or whatever. But obviously, I definitely don't want that. But I'm just saying that's the reasoning behind it. That's why I think, Plus, it's like visually pleasing to have a cute, sexy girl around. Jason B says, Mac, do you do consultations? Yes, I do consultations. Check out the links in the description. You can check out my website, go to the coaching, and you can see options for consultations right there on day game, photography game. It's all good. I also have another premium content option where you can access the blog, a monthly webinar, and Telegram chat. So yeah, check it out. Yeah, guys. Christian said 11 views and 1 like. Yeah, get those likes up, guys. Does me a favor. It does me a big favor. Let's see what else, what other garbage this chick is posting. Let's see. So Megan Sims helped to shut down one of online forum where 500 users had shared over 11,000 images being campaigning against image-based abuse since 2016. I don't know what that is, but I don't know. Just victim mindset and revenge porn. So there was a big story in, I noticed, I'm not going to try and find it now, but there was a big story where there was some OnlyFans girls, you know. Listen, if girls want to use OnlyFans and pimp themselves out, I'm all for freedom. Do what you want. I'm not I'm not some Puritan person. Definitely not. But they're trying to bring in these revenge porn laws where if you shared, for example, if you go on an OnlyFans girl's page and downloaded the photos and shared them on another website, they're trying to call that revenge porn. That's insane. They're trying to get guys locked up for, like, basically, there's already laws for, like, copyright laws. That's not revenge porn. So it's again, it's just another tactic to repress men, to try and it's like, men are eventually, we're going to be walking on like thin ice, like walking on eggshells, just trying to, like, any hint of masculinity or any hint of male nature will be like, they'll try and stamp it out. But I just saw that thing about revenge porn, and it's crazy. I couldn't. I had to double read it. Like it was like double take. They're actually trying to imagine going on like Pornhub and all these. If you uploaded like, you couldn't share if you shared a porn video, you could be done for revenge porn. Like these girls are choosing to like um upload, start an OnlyFans and paid content, but at the same time they want to have their cake and they want to eat it. So they want to get the money, they want to get the easy money, they want to use the simps, but they also want the simps to be prosecuted for like if they share the sure, yeah, it's like sure it might be slightly, I don't, slightly illegal. You might be able to get a fine, but they want guys arrested for it. There's already copyright laws for that, piracy or whatever. I don't know, I don't know the rules. I don't know the laws about OnlyFans, but I know, if you pay for it, surely you're entitled to download the images or whatever. But they're trying to, yeah, in Ireland. Ireland is like dystopian, like it's like the elites test tube baby. Every progressive law that you can think of is being pushed onto Ireland, like almost more than any other Western country. And these girls, then they're they keep on at it. They keep pushing. They keep pushing. They keep pushing. If you give an inch, they'll take a mile. It's like I tell guys, you should never apologize. You should never apologize, only in certain circumstances, because or if it's a good friend of yours or whatever. But never apologize to the mob, because once they smell blood in the water, they just it makes them get more vicious, and like they just like start like thrashing around, and it's just insane situation. But let's see. Yeah, Christian says it's like, girl, go have your OnlyFans, but good luck trying to find a good guy. So many of these girls deal with the jerks or the white knights. It actually puts genuine good guys in a bad spot. Yeah, I mean, um, you know, listen, these chicks, yeah, like I said, it's a thing where they want to have their cake and they want to eat it. And like I said, if a girl wants to do the OnlyFans, I'm not gonna I don't have a problem with it. If she wants to hustle, if she wants to do. But what really bothers my piss is when they wanna have their cake and they want to eat it. They want to get the attention, the money, the access to resources from selling images online, and they're able to do that. But they're trying to criminally call it revenge porn when random dudes that have probably, I don't know, paid to um, view her content, shares her content on other platforms. Like they're not even trying to say that it's piracy or anything. They're calling it revenge porn, and that's way too far. That's not revenge porn. Like it's one thing to like, you could say revenge porn would be like if you shared like your girlfriend without her consent all over the internet, and sent it to her parents or something. That's understandable. But to like try and get guys put in jail for sharing like porn, like legit porn, like consent, like OnlyFans porn. That they're actually trying to do that apparently in Ireland. Um, Halo 2 says, Mac, would you move back to Ireland? I would be genuinely. Oh, I do not want to go back there now. And it saddens me to say that, because I do like some aspects of Ireland. I used to love Ireland, but the way it's going really sickens me now. Um, the people there have been cooked so hard. They used to call Irish, the fighting Irish, or the cocked Irish now, really are. It saddens me to say it, but it really is true. Um, Living in Ireland would be, I couldn't live like I do, right? I couldn't like, you know, I couldn't do what I do. Ireland is almost too small to be this much of a player. I'm not trying to blow my own trumpet, but honestly, it's you can do game in Ireland, you can do game anywhere, but at the rate I do game, I couldn't do it like that in Ireland. It's honestly too it'd be too small. I would and there's rampant feminism there, and it wouldn't. I don't think it would end well. I don't. I couldn't. There'd be the. I don't know. There just. I wouldn't get away with just being this much of a player. It would just. It would turn into a nightmare. Um. I mean, I had two like unbelievably hot girls back to back yesterday. Um. In Ireland, it would be hard to even find girls that were that hot. You know, and if they were that hot, they would have like such legions of beta males surrounding them. It'd be hard to even infiltrate because there's such Ireland is such a repressed country. I often say, it got all the progressiveness, but it never got the fun parts of progressivism, if there is even any fun parts. I mean, Ireland never really had a sexual revolution, you could say. Like it's always been kind of we just got the shit parts of progressivism. Yeah, put it bluntly, I'm not looking to move back anytime soon. If my visa ran out in Japan somehow, and if worst case scenario, if I somehow got kicked out of Japan, I would go. I would go find the most liberal place, the most open. I don't mean liberal as in like progressive. I mean the freest place in Europe. Where can I be free? Because that is not Ireland right now. And maybe Sweden. I'd go somewhere. I'd have to figure something out. Honestly, I'd try and go to China. probably bounce over to jump ship right over to China. Man, Chinese girls are hot. Like fuck. Like I had to like seriously hot like Chinese girl yesterday. It was yeah, it was a good time. So beautiful. I don't want to show her face, but you can check out the drip drop slop and check out my story. Oh man, she was so yeah cute, and yeah, I'd be curious to check out what China's like. I'd be curious. I think it'd be game on easy mode over there. I know some dude. I know some dude that I used to talk to him on Instagram because he had a similar profile to mine. He did like erotic photos with chicks, and I DM'd him and said, where you at?" Or like, I think I was just starting to get into it, so I was like, "Where do you find these girls?" And he DM'd me back and he said, "Oh yeah, no, I just find them on Tinder." I think he used all online to find them, and yeah, he basically he was doing exactly what I did, just having all these girls doing erotic photography. It was good stuff. But then he moved over to China. Apparently, he used to be in Tokyo, and he was like, it was like what I do right now. If you see my drip drop slop Instagram, it's like that on steroids. This dude was like having orgies with like 5 or 6 like stunningly beautiful girls. Obviously, it wasn't like on Instagram. He just had like artistic kind of photos of beautiful girls and stuff, but like multiple girls. And I was like, "Are you banging these chicks?" And he was like, "Yeah, dude." He was like, "Yeah, of course I am." And then he actually started to make his own porn, and now he's on Pornhub, and he's one of the top creators. And I used to talk to him when he was just like a random dude, like with a couple hundred followers, like maybe less than me actually. Yeah, he had only a few hundred followers. Now his Pornhub page has like millions and millions of views, and he said he's making bank. But yeah, it's been a while. I can't even remember his Pornhub page, but he did well. I mean, and he said China is like Shanghai is apparently, there's less foreigners there, so kind of more unique, I guess. I don't know. And apparently Chinese girls appreciate masculinity more. I've heard that off a number of guys. I have to go and see. I don't know. Um, and the Chinese girls that I've hooked up with in Tokyo, they tell me, they always say if I was in China, I would, I would be like, it would be too much. But yeah, they openly say that. Um, Hilton says Tokyo is probably 10 times bigger population wise than Ireland. Yeah, Tokyo is something, I don't know, the city the city is something like, I don't know, 30 million. Um, and Ireland, the whole country, if you include North and South, it's like, I don't know, about 6 million, about 6 million people. Um, yeah, it's and Dublin, the capital of Ireland. The capital of Ireland, Dublin, is the only place where you could really run some game. But then, that would, you'd start to get known for, it's too small. Like, once you start to rack up numbers, you'd start to become, because I know what that's like. When you become a real player, like in a small place, it only becomes it gets to a point where it's just, you can't, it starts to come down again, because you just you need a bigger hunting ground. Let's just say, if you want to be like real dog, like if you want to be top level player, um you can't really run this, you can't run this type of game like in small villages and towns. You can it can be useful if that's where you're at. If you're in a small village, or in a rural area, I mean, it's still need game. Like, it's not that it's not useful, but I'm just saying, if you want to be banging a lot, obviously you can't. It doesn't work. I mean, it's like people will conspire against you. I mean, if you're in a small town and you're smashing all the chicks, the beta males that are surrounding, that are seeing you do that, will grow jealous of you, and they'll conspire against you and try and get you fucked up or something. I don't know. But let's see. Play on says Chinese are quite progressive. I mean, it depends. I don't know what you mean, like as in American style progressive. I don't know what kind of progressivism. Um, but I see what's going on in Shanghai. Looks dope. I one girl that I hooked up with, and she's back in Shanghai now, and I see, it looks. I see her. I follow her on Instagram, and it looks, you know, it, Shanghai's been open for the longest time ever. Like, there's no masks, there's nothing going on there. You know, um, yeah, that could be another option if the Japanese kick me out. We'll see. Um, Bro, I bet that most of Western Europe is way more feminist than America, and that is saying a lot. Like the history of French philosophy, holy crap. Um, yeah, Western Europe is like, um, yeah. I guess Ireland, England, France. They've all swallowed the progressive pill. Um, Uh, China, what does it say? Playon says they approach guys more than Japanese. Um, do you mean the girls approach guys? The girls like game guys? I don't know. Um, but we'll say Chinese girls have more. Chinese girls, from what I've seen, have the Chinese girls, they tend to have like more personality. They're kind of weird and freaky, more than Japanese girls are kind of almost, sometimes, not always, but sometimes a little bit robotic, a little less like, I don't know, they're just like they don't have emotion or something, like or they're hiding their true selves. But Chinese girls would be good, like open, way more open, from what I've seen. I kind of like that. Um, girls, that's insane. Girls will approach guys. I mean, you know, I wouldn't rely on it. I wouldn't be expecting it. I wouldn't. That's not a something I'd ever rely on. But if it happens, it happens. Like, I'm not gonna say no to it. Occasionally, it's happened in Japan, but that's that's very rare. Yeah, I mean, I don't get approached by Japanese girls. Oh, it has happened, but um, yeah, it's not a strategy. It's not if I relied on girls to approach me, that's you know I'm gonna my notch count would be very very low, very low. But let's see. Christian says South Korean girls are fire. There for 4 months and they're hot. That's very true. Yeah, South Korean girls are they're freaky too. I was in South Korea not the September before last. Obviously I couldn't go there this September, but I had a good time. But also they have swallowed the feminism pill, kind of. I think someone said that South Korean girls are kind of a mixture between American girls and Chinese girls, and I can kind of believe that from what I've seen. Um, South Korean girls are much more, they're hot. Like some of them are super hot, but they're kind of outspoken, kind of aggressive, little bit annoying. Um, yeah, but it is. I had a good time. I was doing night game there, and I picked up a really really hot chick and took her to a South Korean love hotel. It was a good time. But I'd love to go back. I don't know. Hopefully stuff opens up again that we can all travel again. That's the worst thing about all this absolute shit. And we can't freely travel. Uh, we'll see. I don't know. Um, yeah. So thank you guys for joining again. It's always good to see the familiar faces in here. But I'll be back again tomorrow night for another episode of Player Life. Yeah, check out the links in the description. Like, comment, subscribe, and come in again tomorrow and let's have another chat about the current state of the world we live in. Okay, guys, wherever you're at, have a good day, and I'll catch you guys again tomorrow. Peace out.